News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, Maine State Police have arrested a woman in connection with a homicide in Pembroke following a months-long investigation. According to State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, 42-year-old Rebecca Moores of Robbinston was arrested on an outstanding warrant for murder around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Moss says the Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit North made the arrest during a traffic stop on Hardy Point Road in Pembroke. Moores has been charged in connection with the death of 53-year-old Paula Johnson, who was found dead in her home at 515 Layton Point Road in Pembroke on February 9th. Moores was taken to the Washington County Jail. Bangor police have found a missing teen but are still asking for the public's help in locating a second missing juvenile. 15-year-old Madison Trotter was found at a Whole Foods store in Portland. Both girls are thought to have connections in the greater Portland and Lake region area. Police are still actively looking for 17-year-old Charity Bell.
Information about them was shared with other law enforcement around the state of Maine. Social media played a big role in it. Their faces, names were out there pretty quick. We got a lot of tips and information, and so a lot of it comes down to a little bit of luck, but also help from the public.
If anyone recognizes Charity or has any information, they're asked to contact Bangor Police or their local law enforcement agency immediately. Well, yesterday, Governor Janet Mills signed an executive order ensuring access to abortion in Maine and also protecting healthcare clinicians who provide abortion services. Our Dylan Holloway has reaction from state leaders and stakeholders.
On Tuesday, Governor Janet Mills signed an executive order to protect abortion rights in the state of Maine. Mills had previously stated her intention to protect access to abortion when Roe v. Wade was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court. House Speaker Ryan Fecteau released a statement applauding Mills' executive order, saying in part, quote, "As anti-abortion politicians across the country work to criminalize reproductive health care and access to contraception, Maine is standing by the principles of freedom and justice. We won't comply with other states' vicious attacks on reproductive rights. Although an extremist majority on the Supreme Court has ruled otherwise, Mainers value safe and legal access to abortion care." Mills' current gubernatorial opponent, Paula Page, has avoided taking a hard stance when recently asked about abortion.
Roe v. Wade has not been overturned in the state of Maine. It was codified in 1993 by the way, a Republican governor. And I have no reason whatsoever to challenge that. I am not going any further with the topic of abortion. It's just not on my radar.
However, supporters of abortion rights like Nicole Clegg say that when Mills takes on LePage's November, abortion will be on the ballot.
You have Governor Mills, who is clear in her support and advocacy for reproductive rights and freedoms. Paula Page is not. I understand that his comments right now are vague and anybody can interpret them the way that they want to. He owes the voters straight answers. And what we know from our experience of 8 years is that he does not support access to birth control and family planning. He does not support access to abortion. And so voters need to be really, clear about what the decision is.
We reached out to Maine Senate Republicans, Maine House Republicans, and the Maine GOP, but have not received comment back as of this broadcast. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Meanwhile, Millinocket School Department teachers are not happy after previously being notified they would not be paid based on a technicality. Our AJ Douglas has details.
Millinocket teachers were notified earlier this week that the town treasurer was not authorized to sign off on payroll checks due to repeated discrepancies within the school budget. Several school teachers took to social media to express their frustrations after being told no paychecks would be authorized. We spoke to town council member Steve Galibo, who clarified that the school budget for fiscal year 2023 has not been approved because the school department's revenue does not match up with school expenses. Tuesday afternoon, Superintendent Dr. Joshua McNaughton submitted payroll for fiscal year 2023, despite the fact that this particular budget is still awaiting approval and the school department is still working off fiscal year budget 2022. Galib says there's a lack of communication between the town and the superintendent. He also explains that the town treasurer is not authorized to sign off on a budget that has not been approved by both the Millinocket Town Council and community members. The superintendent says the school department has requested on numerous occasions to have access to the general fund account that houses carryover funds. Councilmember Galib says he called an emergency meeting to address teachers' concerns, and the town treasurer will sign off on payroll allowing teachers to get paid. Galib says he hopes the town council and superintendent communicate better in the future so teachers' pay will not be in jeopardy.
All right, thank you, AJ. And as Maine Care dental coverage expands across the state, one local dental clinic is sharing what changes will be implemented for adults. Our Sierra Jordan has that story.
Maine Care dental coverage will benefit over 200,000 Mainers. Of those, 70 Maine Care patients will now have the opportunity to make their smile a little brighter right here at the Waterville Community Dental Center in Oakland.
This addition, this change in the benefit will absolutely allow us to be able to provide the same range of services regardless of insurance coverage.
The Waterville Community Dental Center is among the 75 providers who will perform preventative, restorative, and diagnostic care to low-income patients, including cleanings, fillings, dentures, and other important services.
Again, these are the services that allow us to actually do the exams and come up with the diagnoses and really evaluate the teeth and oral health in a comprehensive way so that we can start to treat disease at early stages, again, rather than seeing things when they finally are in pain.
Dr. Williams says the cost of these services were not cheap prior to the expansion. She says a root canal treatment can be $1,000 in reimbursement or more.
We would have patients with large fillings, and we would have to tell them that this will last as long as it can last, and hopefully at some point you'll be able to have the funds to put a crown on there.
The bill, which received bipartisan support, was sponsored by Democratic House Speaker Ryan Fecteau. He says it will save the state $17 million a year. Maine DHHS Commissioner says this expansion will make a difference in improving the health and well-being of low-income and elderly Mainers.
Oral care is just critical. It's an essential part of physical health care and mental health care, as well as contributing to our Maine residents' happiness and ability to participate in our great state.
In Waterville, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, it's only July and the number of deadly drug overdoses in Portland has already surpassed last year's total. This year, Portland police have responded to 28 fatal overdoses compared to 23 all of last year. Megan Wilgu spoke with officials about why they think this spike is happening.
Officials tell me fentanyl is one of the reasons why we're seeing a rise in deadly overdoses. Homelessness is another. Officials say it's going to take more housing and more resources to bring these numbers down.
And a lot of folks just don't realize that fentanyl is cut into what they're taking.
Fentanyl, it's 80 times more potent than morphine, according to Carrie Barton with Harm Reduction Services. She also says it's cheap and it's addictive.
Thus, they will purchase more. And it's also a shorter half-life than heroin, so folks will want to use more often to achieve the desired effect.
Portland Health and Human Services runs on a harm reduction-based model, offering clean equipment and Narcan to drug users.
It's really a long road to recovery, and harm reduction centers are there for people along the way, making sure that they keep themselves safe, that they don't get bloodborne pathogens.
Barton says it's most important for those who use methamphetamine and cocaine to use fentanyl test strips, also offered at the clinic.
It's very easy to use. It's just a rapid test that one would use to test their drugs prior to use. And again, we have it here completely free.
People taking drugs, experiencing homelessness at the same time, are most vulnerable to overdoses, according to Director of Health Services at Preble Street, Caroline Fernandez.
What we have found is the folks that we house, they do well. They start to put their lives together.
Fernandez runs the program HOUSE. It stands for Homeless Opioid User Service Engagement. In the past 2 years, they have helped 19 people find a home.
We've had clients say, if this was around back when my mother overdosed, I think she would have been alive now.
Yet the funding for the program is not secured, with its grant ending September 31st.
We're very actively trying to get that renewed because we've seen wonderful outcomes. It's changing lives.
When looking at overall overdoses in the city, Portland is on track to beating its record in 2017 of 436 overdoses. So far this year, we've seen 238.
Alrighty, and as we turn our attention to the outdoors today, a very nice and comfortable day out there. What's ahead? We'll take a break and turn it over to Conrad Sapinski with a first look at our forecast. Conrad.
And our first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. So a pretty buggy start to the day. We had some rain showers out there, and now we were looking pretty good. Lots of sunshine, just a few passing clouds out there for the most part across the state. Temperatures warmed up slightly into the 60s to the north and some 70s here in Bangor, even closer to the coast, Bar Harbor and Rockland in the mid-70s out there. So we were all looking nice and warm out there, still slightly below our average high of around 80 degrees. But the winds are pretty breezy out there right now, blowing from the south at a 12-mile-per-hour wind here in Bangor. And tonight we'll have more calmer winds with temperatures that will be cooling down into the 50s.
All right, so expect a nice calm and cool overnight ahead. Thanks so much, Conrad. And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Summit Utilities breaks ground on the state's first community renewable natural gas dairy digester. We'll tell you exactly what that means. And the City of Bangor Parks and Rec Department will be opening Dakin Pool for evening swimming starting July 12th. We'll have those stories and more after this.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous, and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
For over 17 years, ADA Fence Company has been offering top quality fences at the best price and doing the job right the first time. Choose from vinyl, ornamental, wood, rental, and chain link fences. ADA Fence Company also builds kennels, enclosures, and gates of all types and sizes. Proudly serving Eastern and Central Maine. Call ADA Fence Company today at 1-888-891-4564. ADA Fence Company, the professional fence people.
Relive the most exciting moments from this year's most prestigious dog show.
That's the one!
The Westminster Kennel Club Highlight Show, Saturday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Your son is sick. I can help you.
Wipe everything clean.
I did what I did to save my son. But this is not who I am.
The Cleaning Lady. Watch the entire first season before new episodes this fall.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Good morning, I'm Joe Cortez. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll start your day off with a smile. The rain is gone, so hopefully the rest of the week will be pretty dry. Devin Biggs will have our full weekday forecast. Tyler Cruz and Dave Peck will be joining us for sports, and we'll have more on the latest out of our local area. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back. Summit Utilities just broke ground on the state's first community renewable natural gas dairy digester. Matthew Duranczyk tells us more about what that means.
Under the supervision of Peak Renewables, the sister company of Summit Utilities, stakeholders held a ceremony to celebrate the announcement of the state's first renewable natural gas digester, which aims to convert manure into biogas that can benefit the fuel industry. Joined by state officials, local leaders, and the community, statements were made by Peak Renewables CEO Angus King III, Flood Brothers farm owner Jenny Tilton Flood, and Representative Jared Golden on the importance of the day.
This is
really, really exciting and very rewarding. We've been working so hard with the local farms that are part of this project, and to be able to see that come together, be able to see all the people who are here, and be able to see the construction that's really making great progress is really exciting.
The project was first announced in 2019. The goal is to assist the local economy and farmers while reducing emissions with homegrown renewable natural gas. Taking place at Flood Brothers Farm in Clinton, the project will collect manure from the various farms in the area daily, where it will be heated and decomposed, creating biogas before being cleaned to make it pipeline quality in order to safely heat homes. Jenny Tilton Flood talked about how much it means to have the project take place on her farm.
This project means a lot to me. Not only is it about investing in our future and making sure that we're able to be a sustainable dairy farm that is a successful business that's able to plan ahead and not only keep providing nutrition for our neighbors, but we're able to plan ahead for our future generations here at the farm.
For Congressman Jared Golden, the project especially hits home.
For me personally, like I said during my remarks, growing up in a place like Leeds where dairy farms still are some, have also seen some close. You realize that it's a tough business, and anything that can kind of improve operations, reduce overhead costs, etc. is just, it's nice to be able to support that, right?
Matthew Juroncic, ABC7, Fox 22.
An unusual occurrence on Maine's coast has authorities blaming the avian flu. There has been an uptick in the number of seals getting stranded and dying off of Maine's coast this summer. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has confirmed samples from 4 Maine seals tested positive for the avian flu virus. On Tuesday, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said the animals all died or required euthanasia. NOAA says marine mammal rescuers started to notice an unusually high number of seal strandings in June, and then the USDA conducted the tests. The source of the outbreak among seals is still being investigated, and the bird flu led to the deaths of tens of millions of chickens and turkeys on farms across the U.S. earlier this year. The downtown Bangor Sidewalk Art Festival will make its return this Friday. People are invited to walk Harlow Street and explore the music performances and artistic demonstrations that will be taking place. Downtown Bangor Partnership Executive Director Betsy Lundy talked about the importance of the event.
Is really the arts and culture capital of central and northern Maine. We have an incredible number of artists and studios in downtown, in arts organizations. So they have a lot of stuff to bring with them to these festivals and to share with people. And they've had an opportunity to really, focus on their work and developing their work. And they are so excited to share it with the community.
And this will be the first time the event is taking place since 2019. So another welcome return of a much-missed event. Well, still to come on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, authorities now say the suspected gunman who opened fire on a 4th of July parade in Illinois planned on traveling to neighboring Wisconsin to commit another crime. And a new variant of Omicron, BA5, now the dominant strain in the U.S., making up more than 53% of all new infections. We'll have those stories and much more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
The best value for your money is always at the Furniture Gallery. And now, your choice of queen foam or innerspring mattress, only $2.99. Take home this Ashley recliner, also only $2.99. Only at the Furniture Gallery.
Go for launch.
Welcome to your family fun entertainment center, Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy in Bangor. Movie Rocket has 7 state-of-the-art theaters showing the newest released films. There's the Starcade, where you can play your favorite arcade games for hours of fun. Plus, kids 7 and under love the inflatable Galaxy Jumps bounce houses. For more information, go to MovieRocketBangor.com. Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy, Odland Road, Bangor. It's out of this world.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
Cars is going full-on supernova for the Midsummer Classic. All the heavy hitters will be here. The blockbuster headliners, the square-jawed action heroes, the A-list of the A-list. So get ready, because the All-Star Game is back in Tinseltown, and we're rolling out the red, white, and blue carpet. Tuesday, July 19th on Fox.
The best value for your money is always at the Furniture Gallery. And now, during our Summer Sizzler sale, your choice of style, sofa, and love seat for an incredible low price of $9.99. Only at the Furniture Gallery.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Investigators say the suspected gunman in the July 4th attack in Illinois planned to kill more people at a similar event in Madison, Wisconsin. Fox's Garrett Tenney has more on the story from the site of Monday's attack.
Chilling new details are emerging about the gunman who fired into a crowd of spectators at a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois. Investigators say the suspect drove to neighboring Madison, Wisconsin, where he considered committing a second attack on revelers at a celebration there.
He did see a celebration that was occurring in Madison, and he seriously contemplated using the firearm he had in his vehicle to commit another shooting.
It could have been further tragedy, and that's why when an event like this happens, all of law enforcement throughout the area and other communities have to be on alert.
Police say they're not sure why the gunman decided to drive back to Illinois. The revelation comes on the same day the suspect, 21-year-old Robert Cremo III, appeared before a judge. He's charged with 7 counts of first-degree murder and was ordered to be held without bail. Justice Department head Merrick Garland reflected on this weekend's massacre.
It's just another horrific reminder of the violence and particularly the gun violence that we face, and that we must do everything in our power to end.
The shooting is also prompting renewed calls to enhance red flag gun laws across the country.
The reality is when somebody is exhibiting signs of suicide or wanting to hurt other people, that red flag should prevent you from buying a weapon. Now, whether or not the family needed to take steps or law enforcement needed to take steps, that has to be looked at and determined.
If convicted, the alleged gunman could spend the rest of his life behind bars, and prosecutors have said they plan to file dozens of more charges over the coming weeks. In Highland Park, Illinois, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
Taking a closer look at what critics are calling a relaxed criminal justice system. Authorities in Central California have allowed a pair of suspects possessing enough fentanyl to potentially kill a small town back on the streets. Fox's William Lajeunesse has more.
California's system of justice is failing us all.
And critics say it did. 10 days ago, after police stopped this truck carrying 150,000 fentanyl pills and 4 pounds of cocaine, a judge released the suspects, Jose Zendejas and Benito Madrigal, with 0 conditions. Now they're gone.
We cannot have these decisions being made without at least some semblance of factual information.
Tulare County District Attorney Tim Ward blames the mess on the probation department because their pretrial risk assessment made no mention of the amount of drugs, their value, or the hidden compartment concealing the cocaine. In fact, probation never even spoke to either suspect, according to the sheriff, but used a computer program, as is standard practice, to make this public safety assessment, which Judge Mickey Verissimo used to release the pair on their own recognizance, despite facing up to 14 years in prison.
That's certainly the negligent aspect here. How can you make decisions based simply upon ink on a paper and a crime-type charge?
But in a statement, the probation department claims it does not have the authority to order the release of inmates. Only judges do. While Superior Court blames the DA for failing to immediately file charges or a detainer to keep them in jail. So the bottom line is, police catch 2 alleged smugglers with enough fentanyl to potentially kill a small town. One judge lets them go. Now another judge, same county, wants them back, issuing a nationwide warrant and preemptively setting bail at $2 million each. So this doesn't happen again. In Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
Meanwhile, FBI Director Christopher Wray has an ominous warning for the United States and its allies. The Chinese government is watching and it wants to steal your secrets. Fox's David Spunt is traveling with the FBI Director in London.
The Chinese government poses an even more serious threat to Western businesses than even many sophisticated business people realize.
FBI Director Christopher Wray on the ground in London this week, meeting with top British intelligence officials to discuss threats on the U.S. homeland and abroad. Today he spoke to anxious international business executives at the headquarters of MI5, the British agency focused on protecting the homeland, about a growing threat from China.
The Chinese government is set on stealing your technology, whatever it is that makes your industry tick, and using it to undercut your business and dominate your market. And they're set on using every tool at their disposal to do it.
Fox News has learned the FBI has more than 2,000 cases dealing with Chinese counterintelligence. Wray says the Bureau opens a new one on average every 12 hours. Wray and MI5 Director General Ken McCallum made it clear the Chinese people are not the problem. That falls with the communist government.
Today we're running 7 times as many investigations as we were in 2018.
The comments in London came at the same time 2 U.S. senators in Washington, in a rare show of bipartisanship, implored the Federal Trade Commission to formally investigate TikTok, the social media app with parent company ties to China. Senators Marco Rubio and Mark Warner wrote to the FTC chair, "We write in response to public reports that individuals in the People's Republic of China have been accessing data on U.S. users in contravention of several public representations, including sworn testimony in October 2021. In a statement to Fox News, TikTok denies sharing U.S. user data with the Chinese government. FBI Director Christopher Wray will meet with Scotland Yard officials on Thursday. In London, David Spunt, Fox News.
Democrats currently lead Congress and the White House, but with rising dissatisfaction among voters over the economy, there is concern it will spell disaster for the party in November. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington on what worried voters have to say about the president's plans so far.
It's no surprise President Biden is on the road Wednesday in Cleveland, Ohio, focused on the thing most Americans are worried about, the economy.
We got a long way to go because of inflation. Now I'm fighting like hell to lower costs on things that you talk about around your kitchen table.
The latest polls show voters are unsatisfied with his job in office. Monmouth University has a 58% disapproval rating. A top concern, how much it costs to fill up the car. The president and his administration are blaming oil companies and gas station owners for persistent high prices.
We have a loss of customers because the prices just keep going up and up. Everybody's blaming us as the workers when it's the big man making the decision.
With rising costs and sinking poll numbers, there is concern among Democrats that runaway inflation will hurt the party's chances in November.
The base is dispirited and they need to energize their base, but the moderates and independents are angry because of all the stuff that they did do, which unleashed inflation and all these other litany of worsts.
Polling also shows voter dissatisfaction with the federal government's handling of the economy as a whole.
The economy is, everything is spiked. Gas is astronomical, so we're getting hit in every aspect.
The latest Labor Department data shows there are more than 11 million job openings right now. That's almost 2 jobs for every 1 available job seeker. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Old Town Police help a fluffy resident who wandered just a little too far from home. And in sports, they've only been bowling for a couple of years, but this month, 4 kids from Hamden will compete on the national level. We'll be right back.
The Seattle Sounders take on the rival Portland Timbers. Incredible! Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
I served in the Army and was named the National Military Mother of the Year. I care deeply about our national security, and that's why I'm speaking out against the left's attacks on America's tech innovators. Their bill will empower China to beat America militarily and economically, and make it easier for Chinese hackers to steal our online data. I don't see how any Republican senator can support this liberal agenda. Tell Senate conservatives to reject the left's bill.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Out with the old and in with the new. Check out Pat's Pizza Specials. Tuesdays, $5 spaghetti and meatballs. Tuesday all-day breadstick special. Wednesday, large one-topping pizzas, $8. Wednesday, small steak and cheese with French fries, $6.25. Friday, fish with French fries, $7.50. Saturday, small one-headed pizza, fountain soda, $7.25. And you can still save some dough. Bring the family to the all-new Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road North, Hamden.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ presents the latest in photo booth technology with the all-new 2022 Air Booth. Print out everyone's pictures in beautiful full-color photos and have them sent directly to your phone. The new Air Booth is available for weddings, birthdays, class reunions, anniversaries, and corporate events with some of the best and most fun props around. You can book the Air Booth, limousine, and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deals. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ.
All the reader won't need a whole lot of money. It's $1 Million Music Mondays.
Are you guys ready to make some money?
Let's do it. Don't forget the lyrics and Beat Shazam show you the money. And if you want to test your music knowledge,
You came up here with a hot cup of nothing.
you can watch anytime. $1 Million Music Mondays on Fox and watch anytime on these platforms.
Welcome back. There's a new COVID strain going around, and it's more contagious and more difficult to treat than anything we've seen before. Fox's Charles Watson has more from Atlanta.
This is now one of the respiratory viruses that we're going to contend with year in and year out.
Doctors and public health officials are shifting their focus in the fight against COVID as a new strain becomes dominant. BA.5 is an Omicron subvariant spreading quickly across the country. It now makes up more than 53% of all new infections, and experts say it's not only more contagious, it's also harder for the immune system to detect and fight it, regardless of whether you have antibodies from vaccines or prior infections.
If you had COVID previously, not offering you as much protection as it used to. If you had the vaccine, not offering you as much protection as you used to.
The new strain is emerging as cities and states across the country continue shutting down testing and vaccination centers. In New York City, the former epicenter of the outbreak, officials have closed more than 120 sites since February as the focus moves to at-home testing. Some doctors now say the mitigation effort is over, and the goal at this point is removing COVID's ability to cause serious infection and deaths, which could signal a nationwide shift toward a more sustainable way of living with the virus.
We've got tools, we've got knowledge, so we've got to find a way to be able to coexist with this virus, because so long as there are humans on this planet, there is going to be COVID-19 on this planet.
A new study released Tuesday shows that for the past 2 years, COVID was the third leading cause of death in the U.S. In Atlanta, Charles Watson, Fox News.
A popular e-cigarette maker can still sell its products in the U.S. despite a recent decision by the FDA to ban them. The FDA had ordered Juul to remove its products from the U.S. market in June, saying the company did not provide enough evidence to prove that its products are safe. Juul appealed the ban, and the FDA now says it will temporarily lift the ban while the company appeals the decision. And some happy news tonight for those who've been missing time at the pool. Bangor's Parks and Recreation Department says they will soon be able to open Dakin Pool for evening swimming. Bangor Parks and Recreation says they collaborated with Brewer Parks and Rec to develop a plan that added lifeguards from Brewer to the lifeguard staff at Bangor. They said they were able to hire some trained staff part-time from across the river to fill in a few nights at Dakin. The additional lifeguards will allow for the opening of Dakin Pool for evening swimming Monday through Thursday, starting on Tuesday, July 12th. Evening swim is scheduled from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. An admission fee of 50 cents for those under 16 years of age and $1 for those 17 and older will be charged.
It's great when the two cities, Brewer and Bangor, can come together to try to find solutions for some stuff that we have going on.
Bangor Parks and Rec says the public should remember that all swim times at both the Beth Pankow Aquatic Center as well as the Dakin Pool are always contingent on staff availability. Acadia National Park's Trails Foreman is retiring after 35 years with the National Park Service. Our Stephanie Wittenbach has more.
Friends of Acadia has been around since 1986, and the mission of the organization is to preserve, protect, and inform others about Acadia National Park. Wednesday evening, the nonprofit held its annual meeting in Bar Harbor and gave a special thanks to longtime Trails Foreman Gary Stelpflug. Stelpflug has led teams to revitalize and create trails throughout the national park and is retiring this August.
It's a unique place, and working here for a long time has enabled me to help people, help the environment, help history. So it's really been a great job. It's been a great life, actually.
Friends of Acadia awarded Stelpflug with their highest honor, the Mary Ann Edwards Distinguished Service Award. The award is named after the group's founder.
We were honoring Gary because he has served for many years in the leader role, working on trails, documenting the historic and cultural aspects of them, making sure they're maintained to a high standard.
Superintendent of Acadia National Park, Kevin Schneider, says volunteers are crucial in maintaining the park.
We are trying to protect this incredible place for future generations, and partners like Friends of Acadia are crucial in helping us do that.
If folks want to contribute to Acadia's future, you can donate to Friends of Acadia online or volunteer. In Bangor, Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Old Town Police apprehended a suspect who was wandering on someone else's property. Now, this isn't a normal call authorities are used to getting, but this sheep was clearly just enjoying a beautiful summer day. On Tuesday, Sergeant Bailey and Deputy Chief Miller responded to the home. They were able to successfully corral this little fluff ball into the cruiser, and away they went. Deputy Chief Miller lives on a farm, so he has extensive experience handling farm animals. After a brief stroll around the neighborhood, they located the animal's owner and were able to return him safely home. The sheep did not face any charges, besides maybe being a little too cute. All right, well, stay with us. Conrad Sapinski is in with our full 5-day forecast coming up.
We had some rain showers in the morning, but now a good amount of sunshine. How are we looking the rest of the weekend? Then into the weekend, I'll have all the news and weather coming up.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead costs.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
What could possibly be better than our annual tent sale? Wait a minute, I have a better idea. How about a no tent sale?
He's right. Dorsey's has scoured their warehouses and suppliers for discontinued, slightly damaged, one-of-a-kind furniture and mattresses. You'll find great tent sale discounts of up to 50% off throughout our showroom. They save the cost of the tent, security, and weather damage and pass the savings on to you. Genius.
It's simple. Less cost for us, more savings for you, my friend.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516. Help Maine children win the fight against cancer by supporting the Heroes Hope Healing McDonald's Golf Classic, presented by Bangor Savings Bank. To date, the event has raised more than $500,000 to support Northern Light Pediatric Cancer Care. In addition, the McDonald's Golf Classic supports Camp Hope, a free summer camp for children with cancer or blood disorders. You can help support the kids by registering or donating today at mcdonaldshhhgc.org.
After Money in the Bank, find out which champions will have a target on their back. It's an all-new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Happy Wednesday and welcome back, everyone. So a windy day out there today, a little bit on the breezy end here in Bangor with a 12-mile-per-hour wind. But look at across the state, everywhere is blowing from the north, even closer to the coast. And that wind will pretty much go calm overnight. And then by tomorrow, once again, it'll start to pick back up. But mostly closer to Bangor and by the coast. North of Bangor looks pretty good with the wind, so most locations up there will be looking calm. But at least that rain finally moved out, and now just some clouds out there. The sun's peeking out. You could go tanning out there with the sun with a high UV index out there now, and pretty much most of the Northeast is looking good out there, nice and dry, besides southern PA and closer to Washington, D.C. A couple of rain showers out there and even some thunderstorms. I saw Ohio and Kentucky got even a tornado out there. So rough weather there and pretty good looking weather up here in Bangor. Will be pretty much clear for Thursday, and then more chances of rain arrive really late on Thursday and then into Friday. This will be more on the scattered and not a massive long rain day out there. But with that rain, you know what that means, folks. The muggy meter is back, and it looks pretty high up there at the humidity level. So it is going to be feeling a little bit humid out there, more on the sticky end. So not really a nice looking day for Friday. Not feeling the best out there if you're out and about. But today we were looking pretty good out there. Some mid-70s out there here in Bangor, 73 in Bar Harbor, 76 in Rockland, and Waterville was also in on the 70s as they came in at a 74-degree reading as a high today. And temperatures will be looking really, really nice out there the next week as we pretty much hover close to 80 by tomorrow, and then mid-70s, and then once again back up into around 80 degrees by Sunday, and then once again into beginning of next week. But tonight we will really cool back down with some well below average temperatures out there tonight into the upper 40s. So it's going to be a chilly one to start your Thursday morning tomorrow with some mostly clear skies. Tomorrow temperatures will really rebound, 30 degrees out there as we hover in the upper 70s and lots of sunshine out there, with just a few passing clouds, so partly cloudy skies. And our extended forecast does show more chances of rain and thunderstorms by Friday. And then look what happens right in time for the weekend. We're looking nice with lots of sunshine and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s.
All right, so some storms on Friday, but otherwise looking like a really nice week ahead. So thanks so much for that, Conrad. Stay with us. Sports is coming up next with Dave Peck.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Due to phenomenal demand, the Backstreet Boys are back. The record-breaking DNA World Tour continues. Brian, Kevin, Howie, Nick, and AJ. Backstreet Boys. Main Savings Amphitheater, July 21st. Get tickets now at waterfrontconcerts.com or Ticketmaster.com. For more, check BackstreetBoys.com.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The Penny Pincher.
Name something a man might have in common with his underpants.
They cheat. The Blunt Mama.
If you knew Steve Harvey was at your door, you'd answer it wearing what?
Nothing.
Nothing. Gonna do it like that, Miss Carol?
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, despite picking up the sport just a few years ago, 4 bowlers from Hamden have qualified for the chance to represent Maine on the national level. Tyler Cruz has more.
It's definitely cool, something I've always dreamed of, especially in baseball. But, I mean, now we do it in bowling, so it's definitely going to be a good experience.
A few bowlers from Hamden are about to go on the trip of a lifetime. And for some, it's their second year in a row.
It's an experience like no other, really. I mean, I've done baseball trips. We went to Cooperstown, New York, and that was something for that. But this is just the bowling version of that.
Connor Adams, his 2 brothers, Ryan and Alex, and Andrew Lyons have all qualified for the Junior Gold National Championships in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Connor, Ryan, and Andrew all went in 2021, with that tournament taking them out to Indianapolis.
Ever since last year's, I'm like counting down the days. Now we're 8 days out till we get on the plane and head out of here, so I'm very excited.
What's even more impressive, the group just started bowling a few years ago, and it didn't take long for them to realize it's more than just a winter hobby.
We just started 2 falls ago. I got my driver's license so I could bring us over here. So it's something new.
I used to just roll it straight, but I started hooking it a little bit, and I was kind of surprised that my ball actually hooked. So I started coming more, and I got a little bit better. I really just picked this up for fun, not really expecting to be competitive at it.
Of the 4, Connor is the one most into bowling. He's the one bringing everyone out to the lanes and turning them all into serious bowlers.
Well, I mean, I never really thought I was actually that decent at it, but, Connor roped me into all this stuff and made me come with him. He went all the time, and we eventually just got roped into it. He's definitely the ringleader, yeah, for sure.
The boys are 4 of about 15 bowlers from Maine to qualify for the national tournament this year. But for them, it's all about the experience and enjoying the trip away with each other.
But it's also the stuff that you don't do on the lanes. You go visit, this year we're going to go to the beach.
Connor told me there's a beach party, food, everything. I'm pretty excited for that.
I'm just excited to go out there. I know that there's going to be some fun stuff out there, so I'm just excited for the trip in general.
I like going out there. These guys are basically my family, so it's a good trip.
Reporting from Bangor, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
That's impressive stuff. You see the spin on the ball. It's got shades of Pete Weber out there. They may be onto something. It sounds like a great time as well. A little beach party, a little trip out west. Best of luck as they head that way. For now, though, let's turn our attention to the east, where Cooper Flag's FIBA World Cup experience continued on Wednesday with Team USA facing Egypt in the round of 16. We pick it up in the first quarter. Flag with a nice shot fake here, drives right, gets to the basket for 2. Still in the first, it's Flag on the offensive glass here. Then he drives baseline, puts it up not once, not twice, but the third time is the charm, finally gets it to go. Newport native with a huge impact early. Here again with a massive block, sending the ball flying off the glass, which led to an easy fast break layup on the other end. He continued his strong performance in the third, showing off his length. Another block, another easy 2. We finished with 8 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 blocks in the win. And they will face Serbia, that is Team USA, in the quarterfinals on Friday of the World Cups. And we will, of course, have coverage of that come Friday. But for now, we'll go on to some baseball. This past spring, Katie Krall became the first female baseball coach in AA history. And this week, a piece of that history arrived in Cooperstown. On Tuesday, the helmet Katie wore on her very first night coaching the Sea Dogs was placed in baseball's hallowed Hall of Fame, and she was lucky enough to experience the moment in person as a pioneer of the sport.
Such an honor to be part of the history of the game now. The museum curators kept saying to me, Katie, this will live here forever. So generations from now, if you have daughters or granddaughters someday, they'll have to put on plastic gloves, but they'll be able to see your helmet, it's pretty humbling. It's amazing to be part of it.
Now, since joining the Sea Dogs as the development coach this season, Krall has helped oversee the growth of pitchers such as Brian Bayo in his journey to the majors.
To your point about working with him, like prioritizing his sinker and reminding him where to use his fastball, because sometimes it can get a little bit flat if it's left over the heart of the plate. So like he deserves everything that he's getting right now, and I'm excited for him to work with Bushy and AC and to have this moment because nobody deserves it more.
So an awesome moment there in Cooperstown. Congratulations again to Katie for all her continued success. And with Chris Sale pitching in Worcester, it was Brian Bayo who would get the start at Fenway Park. Major League debut for the Red Sox top pitching prospect, just 23 years old. First inning is where we will begin. Ran into a little trouble. Wander Franco here finds a hole up the middle. Yandy Diaz comes around to score from second. That made it a 1-0 game, so Rays strike first once again. He navigated a jam to keep it 1-0. Then in the second, though, picks up his first Major League K on a heater high and away. But in the third, some more trouble for Bayo. Randy Arozarena smacks one to left center. That gets all the way to the F.W. Webb center on the wall. Barrels all night off of the Bayo slider and changeup. He went 4 innings, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits while walking 3 as the Sox lose this one 7-1. Meanwhile, down the Mass Pike, it was Chris Sale who was getting the rehab start with the Woo Sox. He went 3 2/3 innings, giving up just 1 run. He struck out 5, but he also walked 5. That was a part that he was not happy with, so he'll get back to work. Hopefully, we'll be back in the Red Sox rotation at some capacity against the Rays next weekend. We'll keep you updated on that, of course, as he progresses. Alrighty, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Hey, everyone, listen up. It's time to take back the summer.
Quit fall. It's time to sing along.
With your new summer playlist.
Time to bring the heat.
And dance.
Into the summer night.
Fox is all new. All
summer long.
What's the first thing you want to do when you take a bite of that? Take a second.
Young Sheldon Boy Genius, a small-town boy with a heightened sense of smell.
Ew. Put your shoes back on.
Young Sheldon. Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Welcome back. Stranger Things tops 1 billion hours in views. Rihanna earns another title on the billionaires list. That and more in today's Hollywood Nation with Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Belle returns, Rihanna banks, and Stranger Things rocks in the Hollywood nation.
This is from you.
Stranger Things, Eddie Munson has superstar fans, Metallica. In an epic battle scene in Season 4, Volume 2, Munson is shredding his guitar to the tune of Master of Puppets. Metallica said on social media the band was beyond psyched, not only to have the song included, but such a pivotal scene built around it. And they were totally blown away by the final result.
It's not going to stop.
In other Stranger Things news, per Netflix, the show has passed the billion-hour mark in viewing worldwide. It's the first English-language series to do so, and follows Squid Game achieving the feat.
Beauty and the Beast.
The tale as old as time is being retold again for the film's 30th anniversary. According to Variety, Hamish Hamilton is set to direct a live-action animation hybrid production of Beauty and the Beast, with John M. Chu executive producing, airing on December 15th on ABC. And Rihanna is the youngest self-made female billionaire in the U.S., according to Forbes' America's Richest Self-Made Women. The 34-year-old singer and entrepreneur ranks at 21 this time at $1.4 billion. Kim Kardashian is in 16th place with $1.8 billion. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
All right, love to see a classic like Beauty and the Beast remade like that. Looking forward to that. All right, well, finally tonight, a bear at Washington State Zoo uses her face as a paintbrush. The Northwest Trek Wildlife Park shared video on Facebook of the female bear named Fern. Zookeepers poured paint on the floor and hoped the bears would make colorful paw prints to sell at upcoming fundraisers, but instead, Fern decided to put her face in the paint and smeared it to create her masterpiece. The zoo named her the Bear Picasso. I think that is fantastic. And look at that, getting right in there, making quite the mess. But what else would we expect from a bear? I think they should still sell that and make lots of money for their fundraiser. All right, that's all we have for tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your evening.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
If you suffer from foot pain, ankle pain, knee pain, hip pain, even lower back pain, if just standing causes aches, soreness, and fatigue, the problem could be your feet. When your feet are out of alignment, your entire body is out of alignment and you're in pain. Now you can change all of that. Today, introducing Superthotics, the doctor-designed breakthrough that solves the problem in your feet and relieves the pain throughout your entire body. It begins with the cushioned BioLock heel cup that holds your heel and ankle in perfect alignment. Next, metatarsal and longitudinal arch supports distribute the pressure of your body weight evenly across the entire foot.
Plus, these customizable inserts, which correct the angle at which your foot hits the ground, relieving your pain with every step you take.
Imagine being able to dance, walk, work, play golf, or just spend an afternoon shopping without the aches, pains, stiffness, and poor balance that rob you of your active life.
As a flight attendant, I spend a lot of time on my feet. The